If you are a health coach or a health practitioner or a holistic health professional and you are struggling to find your ideal clients and people to be able to sell your health advice, your knowledge, your products, your programs, your supplements to, and you're wondering, why can't I find these people? Then this video is for you. You see, a lot of times we hear this advice that it's important to niche down, right? Because the niches are in the riches. We've all heard it. But then when we think about picking a niche or identifying a target audience, like women over 40 who struggle, professional women over 40 who struggle with high blood pressure, then we're like, well, where are we going to find these people? It feels like we are looking, trying to find a needle in a haystack, right? Like searching for your ideal clients is just, they're so far and few in between. You're like, where am I going to find these ideal health clients, these high paying health clients that are going to pay me big money for the advice or the solutions or programs that I have? And it's a $1 million question, right? And we're going to be talking about that because one of the biggest breakthroughs that I found in my health education business that helped me to break through to be making $10,000 a month in my early 20s is this concept of attraction marketing. And what it is instead of what I've realized is this attraction marketing allows you to, instead of searching for your clients, it allows you to become a magnet where you start attracting people who are the perfect fit for your company and the solutions that you provide. In my book on high ticket health coaching, I talk about this concept where you want to stop chasing your health clients and start attracting your health clients. What happens is when you can position yourself as an attractive magnet where your business becomes just like being able to identify your ideal clients. It's like they just find you. It's an amazing thing that happens. And it wasn't until I was listening to this lady and she's like, I signed up these 20 people in the last week because of attraction marketing. I'm like, how is she getting 20 clients in a week? And what is attraction marketing? And she started to explain this concept. And one thing that I've realized is how I now explain it is that what you want to do is you want to create what I like to call lighthouse content. Why? Because if you think about it as, imagine your ideal client is lost at sea, right? And they are out on the wide blue ocean. They're being tossed to and fro in a storm and you don't know where they're at, but there's two approaches you could do. You can go like the search and rescue, where you could go scour the wide ocean and go find your ideal client in the dark and the danger and just they're about to make shipwreck of their health, of their life. They're in a health crisis, and because they don't have the knowledge, the understanding, the strategies that you do when it comes to their health. And you can go out and search and find them, which can be very difficult, or you could set yourself up as a lighthouse by creating content that solves problems for them. And when you let your light shine, then ideal clients start seeing your light and they come from all over the place to your business and find solution to the safe harbor. And that's what lighthouse content does. I like the way that it's put in 2 Corinthians 4:6. The scripture says, "For God who commanded the light to shine out of darkness has shined in our hearts to give." Now, what is the light? To give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. So light is knowledge. What's going on is with this lighthouse content, you're letting your light shine. In fact, Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that sat on a hill cannot be hid." Now that's exactly what a lighthouse is. It's where a light that's set on a hill, that you're letting your light shine in the dark. You're undoing the lies that Big Pharma wants people to believe, or you're helping them to understand the lies that keeps people overweight, that the weight loss industry is like sometimes intentionally, unintentionally communicating to your ideal clients. It's keeping them overweight and toxic and struggling to lose the weight or put on the muscle. So the way you let your light shine is by answering problems, providing clarity, and creating content, videos, YouTube videos, live videos, speaking engagements on other people's platforms. By being able to communicate and solve problems for your ideal clients, you create headlines that, let's say you want to attract people who are interested in high blood pressure, you create titles that are like, well, 7 signs that you might have high blood pressure. Well, boom. Now you're able to record a video and people watch your videos. In fact, that's exactly what I'm doing with a client of mine, the Stewart family, where they are helping women to lower their high blood pressure. And I was sharing with them, when you create the content that solves problems for your ideal clients, they started doing this, and they found that they went from they were able to 10x their views on YouTube, and they've increased their subscribers, and they've been able to, at their latest event, even in when speaking at events, what they used to do is they would speak on a bunch of generic general topics, but now that they have learned how to be more specific in solving lighthouse content, which is different than just creating content as a content creator. This is creating content as a content marketer. There's a big difference. This content is shedding light around your offer, around your business, the problems that your business solves. So now that the Stewart family was able to do this, learning how to craft their signature speech and put together this content, they spoke at an event, and their next event following our speaker training they were able to sell more products in that event than they have in the last 10 years of being international health speakers. So there's big things that happen when you let your light shine in an intentional way. In fact, I like the way that Jesus said it in Luke 12:3. He said, "Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard" where? In the light. "And that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the" what? The housetops. And what is a housetop? If you think about it, a housetop is a platform. It elevates you to be able to get your message to the masses so that you're able to proclaim, your voice can be carried. And back in Jesus' day, they were housetops, and that's how he can communicate to the crowds. But today, your ideal clients, they may not be gathering on the streets in that regard, but we have a lot more calculated ways to attract your niche, to attract your ideal clients. What is the modern day housetops or platforms? It would be social media. We've got like Facebook and YouTube and Google. We have social media platforms. In fact, in my challenge, High Income Health Expert Challenge, I have a free 5-day challenge. It's a subject that I often talk about, is how to get your message on these platforms, to understand how to create this lighthouse content, how to go from like chasing down your dream clients to attracting your dream clients, where you become a magnet of those who actually want to pay you. In fact, one thing that I learned from a mentor of mine, I paid Myron Golden $55,000 to join his mastermind, and in this mastermind, there's entrepreneurs who are learning how to make 6- and 7-figure days, and it's incredible some of the insights that we learned. But so one of the principles that he taught us is that you don't find people to sell your stuff to. You make yourself findable to people who already want to buy what you have to offer. And a big breakthrough is that it's not just about, like, many people are asking, how do I find people to sell my stuff to? And where do I find the people to sell, or my ideal clients? And the reality, if you shift your mentality from being like trying to find your clients to being findable to those clients who already have the cash in hand and they're eager to pay you whatever you effectively charge, your business drastically changes. This is a big difference. And how do you do that? By creating lighthouse content. This lighthouse content is going to set you up to solve problems and attract your ideal clients. So how do you know? How do you know if you're doing a good job at this lighthouse content or making yourself findable to your ideal clients? How do you know? So you could do what Myron calls a Google test. So if you conduct a Google test, what this is type your name into Google, and when you search your name, identify how many of the first pages of Google show up under your name for the problems that you solve and who you help people. And the problem is, many of you who are seeking to solve high blood pressure, help people to reverse diabetes naturally, to lose weight, when people there are hundreds of thousands, if for some of you, millions of people who already desire to buy what you have to sell, but the problem is they don't know you exist yet. And they couldn't find you with the help of the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, or a private investigator. And when they search for Google and they search your name, it's like you're a ghost. You don't exist. So what you want to do is solve that problem and start creating content that allows you to show up when people are searching on Google. Your business, your products, your programs show up. When people are searching on YouTube, which YouTube is one of the largest search engines, then your business is able to show up solving problems, answering questions that people have, and your ideal clients. And so this is exactly what we do, is we help our clients to be able to craft content that attracts their business. And the reality is that when you create content as a content creator, there's a lot of influencers online who have large audiences, but they have no idea how to monetize their audience. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need a big audience to make big money online. In fact, you could make a multiple six-figure business having a small audience, but when you learn how to create content in the correct manner as a content marketer, as educating people closer to sales, solving problems, shedding light around the solutions that you bring in your business, then even if you have a small audience, you could be generating six figures, multiple six figures, and sometimes seven figures because of a small audience. And the more audience you have, the better it is. But when you've learned how to create content intentionally in a way that actually attracts ideal clients, that's when you see big shifts. There's a lot of viral coaches who teach you how to go viral, but just viral alone, just posting viral videos, getting lots of views, and these vanity metrics of views, likes, comments, those alone don't turn into money or business results. But learning how to create content that's helping people, it's attracting your ideal health clients, high-paying health clients. Marketing to the affluent is slightly different than how you would market to people who don't like paying, who are looking for free and cheap stuff. There's a difference in how you'd communicate it. So number two, what you want to do is you want to conduct a Google test. That's going to give you a idea of how well are you doing on this attraction marketing. And then the third thing you could do to establish yourself as an authority in your space, to attract your niche and to really let your light shine with this Lighthouse content, is publish a book. One of the best ways that you can really differentiate yourself in a crowded market, to really set yourself up as a beacon of light and hope and healing for the people you're called to serve, is by becoming a published author. Amazing thing happens when you start publishing a book, especially a best-selling book. Like I wrote the book on high-ticket health coaching, and this shows you a lot of the secrets to making big money with a small audience. How our family business was able to generate over $500,000 having no email list, a small social media following, and how we're able to build this online business and a lifestyle that we love, serving people we love, and being able to do that the principles are in the book, and people like that. Have you ever noticed that the root word of the word authority is the word author? Why is that? Because becoming an author automatically makes you credible, or it gives you a legitimacy to your niche and to the right person. And the reality is you don't have to be all things to all people, but if you can be credible to your ideal clients and people are actually going to pay you, it makes all the world a difference. In fact, I love how Dan Kennedy, a mentor of mine in marketing, he's known as like the godfather of direct response marketing. One principle he talks about is when you have a sales brochure, then you go into a room and you are just like this annoying salesman and nobody wants to hear from you. And when you've got your sales brochure of all your products, your programs, you got what you're coming in and you're like the annoying pest that people are just like, get out of here. It's like, quit bothering me. But one thing amazing happens, that when you publish a book, then you go from being an annoying pest to a welcome guest. Because now all of a sudden, you're not just like that salesperson who's bothering people. Now you are an author. You're an expert on the field. You're a credible source. You're an advisor. You're a trusted advisor that people go to you to find solutions to your health, the health challenges that you overcome. So having a book is a foundational piece to a successful business online, I believe, is one of the best things that we can do. One of the first steps or the next steps, if you're an existing business, if you're starting your health education or scaling your health education business, then then writing a book helps in tremendous ways. I like to think of this as like a hub. If you think of your business like a wheel, and you have different spokes of the wheel, and if you have the hub, the book becomes the very center of this hub. And when you create a book, then this book, you're able to take that content from your book and turn that into content, lighthouse content that you publish. In fact, the video that I'm recording right now my book goes into greater detail about how to create lighthouse content, how to craft content that converts. And it goes into a lot of details about attracting your ideal clients, picking a niche, and pricing your programs so that they actually want to pay you. So you're able to take the principles, the chapters in your book. Let's say you've got 8 chapters in your book. Well, this book that could be an 8-part video series. This book becomes like your content strategy for the next year, and it's just repeat and enlarging on different portions. And then you take the content that was in your book, turn it into a course. Then you could take your book into a signature speech. You turn the principles in your book into a signature speech, and now you're able to sell from events and stages, and you can share your knowledge with other people at these events. And like recently, I took the principles of my book. I literally was invited to speak at an event, and the speaker fee was really just like a few $100s, but because it had my ideal clients, I was able to make $8,000 because of one speaking engagement. And it was just the principles that I teach in the book. That was the series that I went through at the seminar, and that became an $8,000 profitable event. So speaking is great. And another thing too is when you have a book, events organizers, decision makers, those who schedule speakers, they would much rather choose to hire a speaker who is a published author than a speaker who is not a published author. So a book gives you a speaking advantage in your business. And all those people at events, it could bring business back to you. And then not only does a book help with speaking, but you could take the principles in your book and get interviewed on media. This is other people's podcasts or traditional TV media or the news or different platforms. Like media loves authors. They are constantly looking for authorities on topics to speak on different events that are taking place. The podcast hosts love interviewing authors who have something credible to say, and from those interviews, it can turn to income. And from the principles in your book, you could also share if you sell supplements or if you have do-it-yourself kits that people can buy. Then a book, you could prescribe supplements in your book. You could have a section that talks about the benefits of some supplements, what to look for, what not to look for. And you can also sell supplements from your book. If you do consulting calls, a book's one of the most powerful tools for booking, filling your calendar with consultations. They can be paid consultations where when people read your book, amazing thing happens is they get to know your story. They get to know your journey. They get to know who you are and what you stand for and what your process is. And the book increases their desire to work with you more closely. And as people read your book, they're like, if only I could just talk to them and share with them my specific problem and get their insights. And so from a book, we teach our clients how to create a book funnel, which is like an optimized website for book sales. And in that book funnel, you could turn the book buyers or book readers into consultation calls that you're able to then prescribe the supplements, or you can share some of your coaching or courses or programs that you have to offer. So another thing that if you if you have a book, a thing that happens very often is people read your book and it increases the desire to work with you closer. So now they want to know about a group coaching program. They want to know, well, how can I receive your coaching? How can I have more access to you, or work together in a structured format where a book is like very much do it yourself, but coaching has more accountability. Maybe it has some community in a group coaching where now you could be there with a group of other people who are going in a similar direction. And it makes it very easy to turn, if you got 8 chapters, well, congratulations, now you've got 8 weeks in a 8-week group coaching program that you could walk people through the principles in your book to help them to get results. And people are willing to pay more money for the same frameworks packaged in a different way. It's a beautiful thing. And you can also, in this hub, turn the principles found in your book and turn it into like an 8-week course. Now you have an online course that's able to walk people through the transformation that you talk about in your book. You add some worksheets. Now you have a home study course that people are able to go through and they will buy and have automatic payments. I love online courses because it's through the courses that like I can go to sleep and wake up with Stripe notifications and realize that people's lives are being impacted. And we have an automated webinar because we turn the principles in the book into a signature speech, and that webinar is able to sell people to the course, and people are able to go through the course and their lives are transformed. Then they reach out to me and say how much the course has impacted their lives, what they've been able to do with it, and how life transforming it is. And amazing things happen when you use your book as a foundation to your business. And books are so much better than a business card because if you think about it, like when you get business cards, what do a lot of people do? They either take it, they're like, oh, thank you, and then they throw it in the trash. Or you go to an event and you get a stack of business cards and you're like, oh, I want to go look at these someday, and you put it on the shelf and that day never comes. But when people are like, what do you do? Oh, here you go. And you put a book in their hands and they see what you do. It's like, I help people to establish high ticket health coaching programs, how to make big money with a small audience. And it's very clear. They're like, wow, I want to buy it. How much is it? $20 and it's yours. Then they're able to buy your book and they're not likely to to throw away your book because books are valuable. The society has value to the stack of pages. So they're not likely to throw this away, right? So a book is so much better than a business card, and it becomes, hopefully you can see, like with this hub, it's also what I would call like your wheel of wealth, that it becomes this foundation of your business where Myron, a mentor of mine, he said, don't just stand there, sell something. But don't just sell something that sells something. So what happens is when you sell your book is able to sell your coaching. Your book is able to sell your course. When they're reading the book is able to sell your speaking. So you're able to sell something that sells something that sells something. So you're creating this wheel of wealth that goes in a circle where different buyers are ascending and paying more with you, working with you at different capacities. And now you've got this wheel that starts spinning to success, and it creates like this snowball effect where if you've ever noticed that a snowball, it starts small and then it starts rolling downhill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Until it picks up so much momentum, it becomes this unstoppable force of clients that you're attracting. These high-paying, ideal clients that are coming into your business because you've created this wheel of wealth that is providing different products and programs that's all centered, that like spokes in a hub that's all surrounded your book. And when you start doing this, you begin to realize that you start attracting clients where it's no longer like searching for a needle in a haystack. But what happens is when you publish a book, then big things happen with your business. And that also makes it easier for you to attract those clients. Now, if you have been going through this and you're ready to publish a best-selling book, what I do is I help health coaches, health educators, or health professionals to take the knowledge that they have in their mind and go from your mind to a manuscript to their mailbox in the shortest time possible. In fact, we help you to publish, to write, to publish, and launch your book to #1 bestseller within 60 days. Whether it's your first book or if you have you're an existing author, or you want to write to start your next book and launch it to bestseller, just go text the number on the screen, 424-243-6624. Type the word best-selling, and I'd love to give you a free training. It's a best-selling author secrets masterclass where I go into exactly how you can publish a book when you're a best-selling author, how you could use this to build a business. Recently, we worked with someone, her name was Tanya. We were able to help her to publish her book within 3 weeks, and she said, one thing that's very different about the way that you teach is a lot of people, they teach how to publish a book, but you have the book that's built to, it's designed strategically to build my business. That your book helps me to sell my coaching, my programs, my courses, to my speaking. As she's an international health speaker, then she's like, this is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I love that about you. So if you want to have access to this free masterclass, you can also go to the website, highincomehealthexpert.com/bestselling. And in this masterclass, it's a free 90-minute training of pure value that's able to go into some details about what a best-selling book can do for you, how to do it. It's a free training that will really change the way that you look at your business, I believe. So just go text the number on the screen or go to the link below, and I'll be happy to I look forward to serving you in this best-selling author secrets masterclass. And today what we've been looking at in this video is why you can't find your ideal clients and how to fix it. And you've seen that fixing it is simple as creating some content that solves problems for them, making yourself findable on Google, and with the right book published in the right manner with the right strategies, it can make a world of difference for your business. I'm Enoch Leffingwell, and if you enjoyed the video, like this video, subscribe for more videos like this to help you on your health education business journey. And remember, God doesn't call a qualified, He qualifies a called. Have a great day, and God bless.